by 18 points to 12, making his second appearance in place of Yaku Low, who played in the B-side today. Roberts, Rogers,
also in the front row.
Transvaal winning 62, Transvaal 39, and 5 had been drawn, so an incredible record for Northern Transvaal. There's Dion Westhuizen, Jacques Olivier, and last of all, JJ van der Walt. We saw in the earlier game Gerbrand Grobler making a terrific run down the middle, and then he hacked ahead and was tackled, and he injured himself. Francois Pinard leading Transvaal onto the field. There we have the captain of Northern Transvaal, Dricus Hutton, Springbok lock forward. Just one to go for his 50 games for Northern Transvaal. The man who did so well in Australia, both on and off the field for South Africa. A lovely little touch by him. It was after the cocktail parties in Australia. He just got up on the microphone, said, "Ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention, please? We have to leave now, but thank you very much indeed for your hospitality. We've had a wonderful time, and please excuse us." And I can tell you that it went down incredibly well. Northern Transvaal playing from right to left. The referee today, Mr. Freekburger. Tapped back there by Harry Roberts. Johan Roux in all sorts of trouble. Northern Transvaal forwards coming through well. And Mr. Burger will bring them back for the knock-on by Northern Transvaal at the kickoff. Roux waits. Good pressure there from Piet Ludik. Button Roux up. Francois Pinard gets it away there to Chris Dirks, who reacted quickly. Henny LaRue tried to get it kick in, but Joost van der Westhuizen, as so often happens, charges it down. Hannes Strydom. He's operating at 4. Transvaal side practiced a great deal with that man, Rudolf Stroyle. He makes a good catch. LaRue. See Van der Westhuizen coming through again very quickly and putting on the pressure. Van der Walt. A lot of time. And no mistake. Interesting. Transvaal taking the short line out. Dion Lotte at the back. Johan Roux onto it first. Couldn't gather it in. Ruchter has it. Van der Westhuizen. And the tackle and Joost van der Westhuizen came very heavily from Dion Lotte. Of course, remembering their Springbok teammates in Australia. Ruchter and Johan Roux just getting a hand in the way. Francois Pinard very quickly onto the ball. Good drive by the Transvaal forwards. LaRue, penalty to Northern Transvaal. Transvaalers gain onto the ground to gain that ball. So the relief coming from Jacques Bernardi. And a very good punt.
Bernardi just having played those 4 matches for Northern Transvaal this year, and of course averaging 15 points a match. He's really played quite outstanding in terms of kicking, and looks like he's developing into a useful fly half.
Well, quite interesting now that Dricus Hutton has gone to 4 in the line. Out behind him, Philip Schutter. Opposed enough. Hutton doubles around to try and get it from Otto. He got the tap down to Ludik. Not in straight. That's young trainer Otto.
Sometimes it's a good idea in terms of force of numbers as well, just to have Otto and Schutter and Hutton together at the back of the line out there. There's because there's the counter, of course, of Ian MacDonald at the back there as well in terms of line-out play. This is Johan Roux, who's had an outstanding season for Transvaal, just finding a bit of space there, but there'll probably be a lot of attention from Piet Ludik during the course of this afternoon. Johan Roof always favouring moving towards the right-hand side and just kicking down that touchline, as we've seen so many of the great scrum halves in South Africa doing. Of course, great memories of Robert de Preer, and still are, of the ability to kick those rolling touch finders.
Hutton again operating at 5. Skutted, and it's straight on who gets the tap down. Untidy ball to Roo. A lot of pressure again coming from Piet Ludik. Piet Ludik, he takes up a position at the front of the line out. And Philip Scooter got the tap, but Dion Lotter read it well. Roo pops it up to Stroley. Again Roo gets, and it's Yapi Barnard who comes through very quickly on him. Roo again. Good charge down by Hutton. A lot of pressure, penalty to Transvaal. Referee indicating that the Northern Transvaalers were offside. So Gavin Johnson, and we're 4 minutes into the game, still no score. And Gavin Johnson getting his first touch of the ball and an attempt for the posts.
Also a man who's averaged 15 points per match for Transvaal, and a vital factor for them, as well as the Jacques Bernardi, who we mentioned just now. It's interesting to see once again the Northern Transvaalers trying to cut Johan Roo off on that right foot of his. You'll see him going onto that right foot there, and Drickus Hutting, the man coming across, as we saw a little bit earlier from Piet Ludik, to try and chop him off on his right foot as best as possible.
Just about 40 centimetres inside his own half. And a perfect view of it. Will it curl in? It's just takes the posts on the right-hand side, cleared up by Van der Westhuizen. Another penalty to Transvaal. I think that's, yes, the referee indicating holding on to the ball in the tackle. Well, it was a difficult one for Joost van der Westhuizen, and it's he that's left lying prostrate on the ground.
Well, the defensive situations from a kick like that for the defending side are always so important in terms of making sure that when the kick does come off the post or the crossbar, that there's good enough and close-in support for the ball catcher. Joost van der Westhuizen is a strong fellow, and he's a big fellow, but not a lot of close-in support, and he was taken to ground very quickly there, which naturally puts pressure on the man who's in possession of the ball, because releasing it very often allows the opposition the latitude.
Well, a nice little touch there from Francois Pienaar, just going up to see if he's okay. Well, let's hope that for Northern Transvaal's sake and for rugby's sake that Joost van der Westhuizen is okay. Just to go back to that bad injury last week to Andries Fourie, the Eastern Province fullback. He is okay, but suffering from quite bad concussion. This from right in front of the uprights. And Transvaal with the first points on the board. Good kick in by Bernardi. Heinrich Rogers just tidying up nicely for Transvaal. Roo is inside his 22 now, moves outside. We'll have to now get it back to his fly half. This is a good rolling maul by Transvaal. Very difficult to stop, as we've said on a number of occasions. Now it's Heinrich Rogers who makes the barge. Johan Roo's bottled up inside there, nicely read by Harry Roberts. Drickus Hutton's first to scrag him. Pienaar in possession now. Roo. Bernard Fourie. It's quite a good up and under by Fourie. Van der Walt, nicely taken by him. Nice footwork as well. And this is Jacques Olivier. looking for support on the outside. It comes in the form of Joos van der Westhuizen. Good play by Northerns, and it's a late tackle on Joos van der Westhuizen. Penalty to Northerns.
Well, this is one of the joys of having a person like JJ van der Walt at the back. He is a winger himself, and then also the skills, the beautiful skills there of Joos van der Westhuizen with a little chip through. Dion Lotter was the man coming across. Van der Westhuizen always looking to try and keep the ball available and keep it in play, and a good option taken there, but the late tackle coming from Dion Lotter.
Well, Joos van der Westhuizen's a tough guy, and he's back on the field. The second heavy tackle he's taken. The first opportunity for Jacques Bernardi.
It was also good to see Jacques Olivier back there to help JJ van der Walt too. He's just got such terrific vision on the field where the ball is. Always seems to be where the ball is. Of course, Bernardi there with that. No trouble at all. Super sure boot.
So the game is hotting up. 10 minutes into the game and 30 minutes to go in this half. Well judged kick in there by Henny LaRue. Heinrich Rogers doing tremendously powerful work for Transvaal in the loose, now taken on by MacDonald. Gets it back to Rue. Good running, gate tackle by Van der Westhuizen. And I think coming in on the wrong side. And the referee indicating there that they came in from the wrong side of the ball.
Well, of course, it's terrifically tempting, isn't it, for a Northern Transvaal player? And that's Adrian Richter, I think, coming through there from the wrong side, from the Transvaal side. The requirement is that you need to join that maul at the feet of the last man who's part of that maul. And, of course, that means a terrific distance going back. And Adrian Richter perhaps hoping to get away with that. But another opportunity now for Johnson. Try and keep up that terrific points tally that he's had for Transvaal.
That 181 includes the 3 he got earlier on. Just a little bit of problem with placing the ball. Shouldn't have too much trouble, as most of the players use that tee these days. And I'm sure that Koos Meiring will be delighted with the development of this young man. Always hits it with a little bit of a hook, and that's absolutely perfectly judged. So we continue where we left off last week with the Battle of the Boot. We didn't see a try in the Northern Transvaal Eastern Province game, and so far nothing to shout about in terms of the opposition crossing the other's goal line. Nice work there by MacDonald. Rue got his hands through beautifully to Harry Roberts, and Chris Dirks read it well as Transvaal forwards get in behind the ball extremely quickly. The little skip to Yapi Moller. Johnson in the line at the right time. First chance for Homan. Johnson in possession again, tidying up well. This is Francois Pinard, gets it back to Rue. Heinrich Rogers caught a little unawares, but always goes on the drive very quickly. Good defence by Northerns. This is Johan Rue again. Harry Roberts got his hands away. Johnson was up in the line. And now a chance for Andre Homan. He's got enormous pace, this man. Great cover defence by the Northern Transvaalers. Piet Ludik was there, so was Jacques Olivier. And watch the man getting up last is Piet Ludik. That's Andre Homan. 49 games for Western Transvaal and just his second for Transvaal today.
Wasn't a lot of space on the far side, but that was created by that good effort there by Heinrich Rogers to drive back and pull the Northern Transvaalers in. And then the scope on the outside, some lovely running by Johan Rue in both moves.
MacDonald up at the front this time. See Philip Scutter standing at 2 for Northern Transvaal. So Northern Transvaal have changed their line-out pattern somewhat. Drickus Hutting very often at the number 2 position. Lifting by Transvaalers. Free kick to Northerns. Hannes Strydom going just a little too high. Bernardi. Well, it will still be Northern's put in at the line out. In fact, no, it won't, because that was a free kick rather than a penalty. MacDonald catches, great support there from Strali and Hannes Strydom coming in very quickly. Dion Lotter working hard. Not taken ahead by the rest of the forwards. Francois Pinault was in the van. Look at the power of MacDonald as well going in there. They lay it back to Roux. Good counter shoving by the Northern Transvaalers. Bit scrappy at the moment. And the referee will have to sort that out. Drickus Hutton and Heinrich Rogers having an awful fracas. Well, are we going to see something from the touch judge? And one of the Transvaalers left lying prostrate on the ground. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't hear what Ian Anderson was saying to Friekberger.
Well, concerning factor, that looks like Johan Leroux that's gone to ground there with a punch from Drickus Hutting. You see Drickus Hutting coming through there eventually, and then, of course, there's a kick at the ball, and then Heinrich Rogers rushing across, but it looks like Johan Leroux is being brought off the field, looking a bit groggy. And this is definitely a blow for Transvaal.
Well, as they started to take Johan Leroux off, his knees just buckled from underneath him. And so it could be Bali Swart coming onto the field. Well, Johan Leroux just coming off there. Every second step he takes, his knees just give way, and he's very groggy. So in just 16 minutes of play, Gavin Johnson now with his 4th penalty attempt. Almost exactly the same position as the last one, and he does exactly the same thing.
Well, of course, we mentioned a real blow for Transvaal, losing Johan Leroux, but there he leaves the field. But Bali Swart has in fact come on, and of course a very adequate replacement is the Springbok in the Transvaal pack. Straight into the game again as the catch there comes from Hannes Strydom, the support from Bali Swart. Transvaal, will they once again get that maul going again? You heard Nas Buddha talking about the driving maul going straight, in fact, and but the Transvaal is just looking to try and find a soft spot on the sides, and Northern Transvaal have spent a lot of the game trying to defend. This is a big kick from Johan Roux. Back is Jacques Willefeer calling for it. He catches it well. Joost van der Westhuizen under plenty of pressure.
Now we have a Transvaaler left, getting up very slowly. It's Chris Dirks who's going to just get up extremely slowly. Seemed to have taken a bit of a knock in the back, but it was a tremendous catch there by Jacques Willefeer. And a good penalty taken by Jacques Bernardi. Kleiner Otter gets the tap down. Nice pass from Jus van der Westhuizen. Nicely taken by Henny LaRue. Johnson on the outside. Philip Bronkhorst was up there very quickly. We've just heard that Johan LaRue is just being taken to hospital just for a precautionary scan, just to see that that concussion is not too bad. So young Dani van der Walt to Philip Schutte, maybe. No, it's to Drickus Hutton. Van der Westhuizen, Bernardi, a chance for the Northern Transvaal backs. Bronkhorst, JJ up in the line. This is Jacques Olivier gets the touch ahead. A little bit too far. Good cover by Johan Roux. Although Andre Homan was perfectly positioned, Johan Roux a little bit disappointed with that clearance of his.
Well, the first really good ball for Northern Transvaal thus far in the match. Good clean catch from the line out. They've been confined to a defensive role, particularly in the rucks and mauls, and of course the line outs not really going in their favour at the moment.
It was Otto and Lotte having a battle royal at the line out. Roux, Van der Westhuizen again with a quick charge down.
20 minute wat verstrekker is in die eerste helfte, nog net skoppe. Noord-Transvaal het 3 punte, Transvaal het 9 punte. En Harry Robert wat hierdie bal kan ingooi, so 10 meter van Transvaal se doellyn af. 4 manne van elke span aan die lyn staan. Een gapentjie vir Jos van der Westhuizen, ongelukkig trap hy uit. Daar is 'n harde stryd daar voornaas.
Ja, op die oomblik, dis so half of hulle mekaar voel Chris. Transvaal het 'n paar goeie bewegings gehad. Noord-Transvaal het hier so in die laaste paar minute het hulle nou die bal mooi beweeg. Maar die springers kry baie swaar in die lyn staan. Die gooiers mis hulle bietjie en dit is hoekom daar nie werklik skoon balle gewen word nie.
Die slag skoon bal deur ander stryd om. Johan Roux wag vir hom, Dani van der Walt. Byna onkant, strafskop aan Transvaal. Een van die manne van Noord-Transvaal wat onkant was, dit was Dani van der Walt wat nie gebind het nie. En meneer Freek Burger het dit baie vinnig raak gesien. Kan verligting kom vir hulle. Chris Dirks wat seker maak dat die bal wel uitskop. So 10 meter by die kant Transvaal se kwartlyn. Transvaal wat steeds die bal vanaf. Ander stryd om wat sonder oppositie die bal sonder teenstaan, die bal in die hande kry, hulle vorder ver. Frans van Pinaar van Johan Roux af voor die middenlyn reeds as sy ondersteuning daar Henny LaRue. Probeer hom weer kry. Een McDonald wat 'n bietjie tas na die bal het was aanslaan. En 'n belovende beweging wat skibreek lei.
Transvaal het Noord-Transvaal bietjie onkant gevang daarso met die vinnige kortlyn staan. En dit sal miskien Noord-Transvaal bietjie help om voordat hulle gaan vorm aan die lyn staan, net om te kyk wie kom na die lyn staan toe en wie nie.
Adrian Richter na Joost van der Westhuizen. Hy word gejaag deur Johan Roux. Het was zwaar geleverd vandag die Joost van der Westhuizen. Het tydstryd is nie 2 skromskakels. Bernardi was so 10 meter by die kant sy kwartgebied af. Gavin Johnson by die kant sy kwartgebied. Wat gaan hy maak? In die middel van die veld. Veld op. En is Jacques Olivier. Hierdie man het baie spoed. Gaan hy die aansluiting kry. Hy probeer daar hierdie gapentjie kom. Hulle is net oor die middellyn. Gaan die bal beskikbaar kom. Joost van der Westhuizen wag vir hom. Hy kry vir hom. In die hande van Bernardi, dis JJ van der Walt. Kry die ondersteuning, nee, miskien 'n bietjie lank vasgehou, maar as dit weer Noord-Transvaal wat steeds beheer het, Bernardi na Dion Oosthuizen. Hy het nie veel van 'n opsie nie. Gavin Johnson binnekant sy kwartgebied met 'n skoonvang.
Goeie aanvallende spel deur Noord-Transvaal, maar ook goeie verdediging deur Transvaal. Maar Chris is so half of hulle bietjie los is op die oomblik.
Mens wil amper sê planloos. Goeie skop van Gavin Johnson. Koste puntemaker vir jaar se Currie beker kompetisie. Philip Schutte Slot van Noord-Transvaal wat intussen ook die veld verlaat het.
Dit lyk of hy 'n sny aan sy oog het.
So hy sal stellig net 'n bietjie aandag kry. Chaka Willemse is die man wat op die veld is. Nou as daar bloed is, dan kan 'n speler vervang word en as hy reg is, kan hy weer terugkom. Strafskop aan Noord-Transvaal. Oorgeval beduie meneer Freek Burger. En Noord-Transvaal wat beduie hulle gaan paal toe skop. Dis 'n geweldige lang skop. So 4 meter binne kan die halfgebied, 5 meter binne kan die halfgebied van Noord-Transvaal, 15 meter van die kantlyn af. En Jacques Benardi wat eers 'n bietjie gekyk het na die wind. Al wat gewen is die Noord-Transvaal daar, maar Transvaal wat dan die oortreding gaan begaan. Teleurstellend miskien in hierdie wedstryd. Die toeskouers, ons hoor dit is ongeveer 18.000. Maar Jacques Benardi sal groot applaus kry. Die lengte was daarnaas, net die rigting.
Skop gewees. En hy het hom baie goed getref.
En dit gegee word as 'n aanslaan. Ja, Semlia Freekburger, Jos van der Westhuizen, miskien 'n bietjie haastig geweest daar. En Transvaal wat dan ver veld wen van Ledulin af. Die inskop van die kwartlyn. En hierdie vaste skram is halfpad tussen Noord-Transvaal kwartlyn en die middellyn. 15 minute wat oorbly in die eerste helfte. Weer strafdoele wat die verskil maak tot dusver. Johan Roux, Japie Mulder, weer Henny Leroux, Chris Dirks. Kry die ondersteuning. André Homan word gejaag deur F.A. Meyering. Stel hom beskikbaar. Noord-Transvaal wil sien dat Transvaal hom weer beheer, wil daar deurgaan, maar dan sit die kantlyn laat wen. En goeie aanvallende spel deur die span van Transvaal, maar volpunte vir die verdediging van F.A. Meyering.
Gehou daar.
Tussen is Philip Skutte ook weer terug op die veld. Chaka Willemse wat dan weer die veld verlaat. Belangrike lyn staan vir Noord-Transvaal is 10 meter van Ledulin af. Adrian Rigter, Joost van der Westhuizen, 'n klein gapentjie, 'n goeie skop, maar dit was skeef aangegooi in die lyn staan. En Transvaal wat die bal kan aangooi na vaste skrum.
Chris, soos ek vroeër gesê het, dit is baie belangrik dat die haker die slot te vind. En om 10 tree van jou doellyn af, jou nommer 2 slot glad nie te vind nie, maak dit vir jouself moeilik en jy soek ook moeilikheid.
Hier gaan weer een van daardie bewegings van Transvaal, kom Johan Roux wat nou 'n tweede agste man is, hy hou hom tussen sy voete. Noord-Transvaal se voorspelers wat 'n bietjie deur mekaar is daar en die Leroux wat wil deurgaan. Hy wil oorval, die skeieregter ken nie 3 toe. Hy wou daar deurgaan, hy's teruggedra. En toe is hy deur.
Goeie skrim deur Transvaal daarso, maar ek kan nie verstaan dat Noord-Transvaal wegbreek van Transvaal af nie. Want sodra jy wegbreek en Transvaal bly 'n eenheid, dan moet jy heeltyd terugval om agter die bal te beweeg en dan ook te verdedig op die agtervoet en jy maak dit vir jouself baie moeilik.
Al die gaping word groot. Hoog en suiwer. $13 punte is die verskil nou. 12 minute wat oorbly in die eerste helfte. Eerste 3 gewees van hierdie wedstryd. Dis die skram. Kyk nou na Noord-Transvaal se agtal. Skram is geswaai en as die Noord-Transvaalers wat moet ver terugval. En die 3 is daar deur Henny Leroux. By die kant Transvaal se kwartgebied. Steeds hierdie maal beweging. So moeilik om dit te stuit sonder om te laat val. Hier gaan die strafskop kom aan Transvaal as daar nie voordeel is nie. JJ van der Walt wat wag vir hom. Weer 'n baie goeie skop hierdie. Verdedigers van Transvaal is daar, hy word beskikbaar gestel. Jos van der Westhuizen wat wegneem. Hy probeer daar 'n klein gapentjie kry vir Driekus Hatting. Weer beskikbaar Jos van der Westhuizen. Weer die hande van Benadi, JJ van der Walt. Dis Jack Olivier. Soek die ondersteuning, kry dit nie heeltemal nie. Gaan hierdie bal vinnig uitkom. Noord-Transvaal het besit gehad daarvan, hulle gaan dit verloor as Jos van der Westhuizen sê maar ek het die bal in my hande. Nou as die rolmaal beweging is baie effektief, maar nie aanskoulik.
Ja, maar dit Chris, dit gee jou die geleentheid om jou opsies oop te kry. Soos wat Transvaal nou al 'n paar keer met die afskop gedoen het, hulle begin die eerste 5-10 tree begin hulle dryf en dan kan hulle die blinde kant speel of hulle kan die oopkant speel en dit maak dit baie moeilik om te verdedig. En dit is hoekom dit moeilik raak vir Noord-Transvaal. En die Transvaalers kan ook dan baie vlakker speel omdat hulle voorspelers besig is om vorentoe te beweeg en die Noord-Transvaalers heeltyd besig is om terug te val. En gapings word maar geskep sodra jy heeltyd agtertoe beweeg en die ander jou opponent vorentoe.
Transvaal wat tot dusver die boottoon voer in die gebroke spel in die lynstaande. Dis waar die grondslag lê vir hierdie maal bewegings. Jack Olivier is die man wat 'n bietjie aandag gekry het. Hy daar op die regterkant gaan werk soek. Noord-Transvaal wat tog die bal kan ingooi. Die Freek Burger wat die vletjie geblaas het toe die bal alreeds uit was. Dion Oosthuizen kry vir hom van Jack Olivier, of liewer van Jos van der Westhuizen. Kevin Johnson wat probleme gaan hê. Gaan hierdie bal beskikbaar kom. Transvaal wil vir hom terug hê, Noord-Transvaal wil vir hom hê. Transvaal gaan ook vir hom kry nou. En Johan Roos se skoppie. Driekus Hatting, hier kom 'n skepskop poging van Driekus Hatting. Alla vrugte pree. Alle wêreld. Kon net sowel oor gewees het.
Uitstekende poging deur Driekus Hatting, Chris, maar ek dink dit sal miskien beter wees as jy hom gesien het daar waar die voorspelers moes gewees het. Want Noord-Transvaal was in 'n gevaarlike situasie, maar daar was net nie genoeg spelers om die bal te wen nie.
Dion Oosthuizen net by die kant sy kwartgebied, hierdie inskop van die kwartlyn van Transvaal af. Hy sien hier is 'n groot gaping gaan vir Kevin Johnson. Dat hardloop gaan nie die kantlyn haal nie. Johnson net by die kant sy kwartgebied. JJ van der Walt nou weer binnekant sy kwartgebied. Probeer sy hoek reg kry en hy gaan seker maak dat hy hom uitskop. Feitelik op die middenlyn. Vyfde keer vir jaar wat Noord-Transvaal en Transvaal teen mekaar speel. Een wedstryd gelyk op. Transvaal het 3 gewen. Johan Roux kry vir hom na Henny Leroux. En dis gevaarlik. Rudolf Strooilie het die ondersteuning. Hy soek dat François Pinaar was aan sy binnekant. Dion Lotter is daar. Johan Roux wat wil deurgaan. Harry Roberts het vir hom. Dis prachtspel. Nie goeie verdediging deur Noord-Transvaal nie, maar uitstekende ondersteunende spel deur Transvaal.
Uitstekende stormloop daar deur Rudolf Strooilie en toe hy die eerste lyn van verdediging breek, toe is daar net niemand in die tweede lyn nie en al waarvoor hy gewag het is sy ondersteuning. Hy kon miskien daarso nog verder gegaan het, maar dit was baie beter om terug te speel na Dion Lotter toe en terug na Johan toe en toe na Harry Roberts toe. Moet sê Chris, Transvaal se ondersteuning is uitstekend en hulle maak dit baie moeilik vir Noord-Transvaal.
Dis waar dit gebeur het. Johan Roux, Henny Leroux, hy sien dat Rudolf Strooilie aan die binnekant verbykom. Kyk daar die belangrike verdediging wat daar gemis is. Hier soek hy die ondersteuning. Dion Lotter wat bykom op die kwartlyn. Dis Johan Roux en Harry Roberts 'n moeilike bal wat hy uitstekend beheer vir hierdie 3. Slaag met die eerste doelskop, reeds 3 strafdoele tot sy krediet in hierdie wedstryd. Gavin Johnson, die een nie daar nie. Maar hier wag 'n stywe opdrandpaadjie vir die span van Noord-Transvaal.
Chris, wat my bietjie pla op hierdie stadium van Noord-Transvaal is die eerste tweede poging is 'n goeie poging en daarna is daar net nie meer die bietjie durf om Transvaal te stop nie. En is so half of Noord-Transvaal klaar besluit het hierdie wedstryd gaan nie gewen word nie. En kom ons kyk nou dat ons net nie te ver verloor nie.
Uitstekende werk deur Henny Leroux. André Woman wat bal vorm toe skop nog. Jacques Olivier op die regterkant kry hierdie bal. Kan Noord-Transvaal iets doen daarmee? Daar is nie ondersteuning vir Jacques Olivier nie. Maar die skoppie van Johan Roux vir Henny Leroux was uitstekend en hy het die ondersteuning gekry. En hulle het ver veld gewen van die afskop af.
Die Transvaalse voorspelers op die oomblik is besig om vir Johan Roux 'n uitstekende platform te gee waarvan hy kan werk. En jy kan dit duidelik sien met sy hoë skoppe en selfs nou met die kort skoppie ook. Hy het soveel tyd om dit te beplan. En hy moet net baie dankie sê vir sy voorspelers want hulle doen 'n uitstekende werk op die oomblik.
Hierdie bal het Noord-Transvaal gewen. Hulle wil hom beskikbaar kry. Benadi binnekant sy kwartgebied. Bring verligting. Noord-Transvaal se afskoppe nie heeltemal na wense nie. Benadi wat nie vir sy voorspelers genoeg tyd gee om daarby te kom nie. Plaas onmiddellik sy span onder druk. Goeie lyn staan weer gewen deur Transvaal. Henny Leroux kry die ondersteuning van Ian McDonald. Chris Dirks. Henny Leroux is weer daar. Kom by 'n man verby. Bernard Currie wat nie gaan verbykom nie. Transvaal wat daar wil deurgaan. Hulle is diep aan die kwartgebied reeds van Noord-Transvaal. Johan Roux. Dion Lotter. Chris Dirks. Dis André Woman. Uit Ferry Roberts. Transvaal is baie na aan die doellyn. Dis die doellyn in die agtergrond. Transvaal wil vir hom hê en dan gaan hy uitkom aan Noord-Transvaal se kant. Maar die fluitjie het reeds geblaas. Maar benoude oomblikke vir die span van Noord-Transvaal. Driekus Hatting sal hard moet praat. Maar alle eer aan die span van Transvaal. Belangrike skram hierdie vir Noord-Transvaal. André Woman wat vir hom nie kan beheer nie. Dis net binnekant sy halfgebied. Dis al lange. Gaan dit 'n aanslaan wees? Dinge werk nie vir Noord-Transvaal nie. Hier is 'n aanvallende posisie. JJ van der Walt wat hom uit die lug uit wou gryp. Slaan aan Noord-Transvaal. Gaan sien dat Transvaal die bal gaan ingooi onder hulle pale.
Dis moeilik om te glo dat die elementêre foute op die oomblik besig is om in Noord-Transvaal se mondering in te kruip. Joos van der Westhuizen het hulle aanslaan gehad. JJ van der Walt het nou een gehad en elke keer het Transvaal die spel verplaas met 54 tree.
Foute beteken punte. Dion Lotter na Henny Leroux. Ongelukkig vir André Woman. Die aangee van Gavin Johnson laag en voor hom. Maar 'n guldige geleentheid vir Transvaal is daarmee in. Hulle bly steeds op die aanval. Maar hierdie slag kan Transvaal, Noord-Transvaal die bal ingooi. Dis 'n goeie skrum. Dion Lotter staan voor in die lyn staan vir Transvaal. Vryskop. Geleentheid vir Noord-Transvaal om verligting te bring. 3 minute speeltyd wat oorbly in die eerste helfte. Punteverskil is 18. JJ van der Walt. Dis 'n goeie skop tot op die 10 meter stippellyn. Harry Roberts wat reeds 3 gedruk het in hierdie wedstryd. Wat 'n goeie gooi nie. Transvaal het toch beheer daarvan. Strafskop aan Transvaal. Oorgeval wat hy meneer Vreekburger.
Maar Chris, is die druk van Transvaal se voorspelers wat Noord-Transvaal in die situasie insit waar hy eintlik half moet omkant gaan om seker te maak of hy stop die bal of hy wen die bal.
Kevin Johnson wat bedei hy gaan paal te skop. Is die afstand. Is reguit. Daar is die strafskop.
Piet Ludik heeltemal omkant daar. Hy moet van agteraf inkom en hy het van die kant af ingekom en dis hoekom meneer Vreekburger hom gestraf het.
Noord-Transvaal het 3, Transvaal het 21. Punte verskil 18, dit kan 21 word as hierdie skop tussen die palle deur is. Met die regtervoet, wat maak jy met hierdie ene? Hy is hoog en hy suiwer. En is nog 3 punte by vir die span van Transvaal. Hulle loop voor met 24 punte teenoor 3. 14 punte in hierdie wedstryd aangeteken. Sy totaal in Currie rugby vir jaar 106. Niemand is daar waar die bal is nie. En is die rustydvletjie wat blaas. Transvaal 24 punte, Noord-Transvaal 3, 'n doel, 'n 3 en 4 strafdoele teenoor 'n enkele strafdoel van Noord-Transvaal. Ons is nou terug met die tweede helfte.
Sure, the words from Drickus Hutting would have been to his Northern Transvaal players, we are a proud province and we can't let this happen to us. You can see the broken play. Transvaal absolutely magnificent. The lineouts are going extremely well for them. And I'm sure the words from Francois Pienaar will be just keep up the concentration levels, keep doing what we've been doing so well in the first half, and it'll take us through to the Currie Cup final. Natal and Transvaal just need 1 point from these games this afternoon to ensure that final at Kings Park. Francois Pienaar up there very quickly. Roux and Transvaal on the charge already. Henny LaRue on the run. Bernard Farie gets it away to Chris Dirks. It was forward.
Skram, blou bal.
The referee won't allow it. For a moment I thought that might have been a tight head. Johan Roux came away so quickly with it. Again, it's not a straight scrum for Northern, so Joost van der Westhuizen looks to Richter to do the cleaning up. Nice dart here by Joost van der Westhuizen. He's got Ludik with him on the outside. Now watch the pace of van der Westhuizen. It's a race between Hamann and van der Westhuizen with the ball go over the line. Well covered, Andre Hamann. Joost van der Westhuizen appealing for a 5-meter scrum.
I don't think there was any question that that ball was over the line when Homan in fact dotted it down, but Van der Westhuizen always looking for the opportunities.
Well, that was a terrific little break by Joost van der Westhuizen. Taken there by Drickus Hutting, a lot of pressure from Ian MacDonald, the strong man. Van der Westhuizen gets Bernardi, awkward one for him. The referee says it wasn't a knock-on, quite rightly so. Quickly taken by Roux. Transvaal is in front of the ball.
Well, that's the first bit of indiscipline we've seen really from Transvaal today. They've only had just the one penalty kick against them, as opposed to the last time they played. There were a lot of kicks from Jacques Bernardi. The Transvaal have certainly had a lot of discipline in their match, in their game today, and of course all the options as well. They've utilised the options so well in terms of width. That's Hannes Stradum down there on the ground.
Looks like Ian MacDonald is... No, it's not Ian MacDonald. could be Hannes Strydom.
I think it is Hannes Strydom, you.
Now the big lock, Springbok lock forward, receiving attention, but taking up his place now. See Frans Versteer just coming off there on the right-hand side of your picture. He does laps of this circuit during Transvaal's practices, and he has to remain fit for rushing on and off as he does. Another break by Van der Westhuizen, up to Richter. Good tackle by Henny Leroux. Richter takes it on well. Northern's forwards need to get in behind it extremely quickly. Well, that was bad luck for Northerns. Van der Westhuizen again making the telling break. Now we see Adrian Richter got a smack in the eye, so he has to come off. And a little bit more work for Tjaka Willemse. So now Louis Wessels, the Northern Transvaal doctor, will have his work cut out to stem the flow of blood from his star number 8. And a good heel against the head by Northern Transvaal. Now what can Van der Westhuizen do? Roux nearly buttoned him up. Good counter shove by the Transvaalers. Northern Transvaal need to loosen this up. Van der Walt gets it out. Penalty to Northerns. And I have no doubt that... what's Jeffrey Sutton going to say? Now Northerns have a move up their sleeve here. The front row have gone onto just on the side of Just van der Westhuizen there. Van der Walt gets, and then the charge coming from Piet Ludik. Good defence by the Transvaalers. Van der Westhuizen will want that again. Pops it up to Bernardi. Henny Leroux makes the tackle. Bronkhorst picks up. Bronkhorst almost over the line. Penalty again to Northern Transvaal. Have to take it back 5 metres. Debatable as to whether Northern Transvaal shouldn't take the 3 points here, although the deficit being 21. If they can get 7, of course it'll be much better. Again the charge coming from the big blue jerseyed men. If Van der Westhuizen gets another penalty to Northern Transvaal, Transvaal will have to be a little bit careful they don't give away a penalty try. So now we'll have to see a bit of a variation from Northern Transvaal. The Transvaal forwards are all there. Van der Westhuizen getting it away on the far side, and it's the Tjaka Willemse who gets in for the try. The big policeman came on as the replacement for Adrian Richter and makes his presence felt. Tremendous sustained pressure by Northerns.
Well, full credit to Northern Transvaal for these three drives. Ultimately, Willemse getting over, but they were in a position where they could maybe have utilised the trustworthy boot of Jacques Bernardi, but they realised that they have that big deficit to make up, and full credit to them for showing some positive attitudes in terms of attacking the Transvaal line.
And bad luck for Jacques Bernardi. Struck it well enough, but just it went straight to the right-hand side of the upright.
This is, of course, clever play by Just van der Westhuizen, because probably the Transvaalers were expecting him, as he was facing the far side, to let it go there. Turned and came back to the close side.
Good kick in by Henny Leroux. Taken on now by Barley Swart. Watch the drive of the man. Roux gets again, popped up to Francois Pinard. Good defence by Northerns, and Roux gets for the 3rd time. Now Bernard Currie pops it around to Jaapie Mulder, and it was just Dirks. He couldn't get the pass away to Gavin Johnson, the little back. Now the referee will call him back. It was a bit too much of a mess up.
That was good play by Jacques Olivier on the left wing there for Northern Transvaal, because he was faced with a tough situation, basically taking on 2 men, but managed to get in between them. But really, for Transvaal, every time they're getting the ball, it's the drive over the advantage line, and it's so much easier to play like that.
Dion Lotter working at the back of the scrum. Beautiful little dummy with Johan Roux. Ian MacDonald is up in support. Then comes Lotter. Look how Roux gets again so quickly. Henny Leroux was up as well. Good play off the ball there by Henny LaRue as he almost picked it up to continue the drive. Better solid scrum by Northerns. You see how quickly Bernardi got that now. Chance for Chris Dirks. And the long ball to Yapi Mulder. Gavin Johnson, beautiful hands by him. Now Andre Hamann just keeps the momentum going forward for Transvaal. The backs weren't going forward and getting over the advantage line, and it was just slick handling that kept the momentum going.
Not just the slick handling, Hugh, but also the support play, because once it is ball's given out, there's always a man up there to just provide the support and close in support to keep that the move going forward.
Now vital for Northerns that Donnie van der Walt finds Drickus Hutton, because it'll probably go to 2 in the line out. And now Johan Rood darts for the line, but the referee's whistle's gone. Complaints from the Northern Transvaalers that there was interference at that line out. Van der Westhuizen, and you see how close MacDonald is to the play. And a good clearance under the circumstances by Jacques Bernardi. He's been under a lot of pressure today. Well, that man reveling in the season is Dion Lotta. Percentage by Transvaal extremely good. Hannah Stradham doing great work. LaRue gets inside Ruchter, gets inside Otto. They've lost it forward again, have Transvaal referee just waiting for advantage. Dion Westhuizen so often goes in and takes up that scrum half position. See how efficient he is. And Johnson, the man in possession. And that's a long kick by Gavin Johnson, the bounce favouring him, and Transvaal back in the Northern's 22-metre area. Transvaal support players there got in a little bit of a mix-up, Gav, but Johnson read it well.
Well, Johnson ran away from the men supporting him there, but also always been a player of vision and seeing the space on the far side. He certainly got 8 happy smiling forwards with that sort of ball, making sure it's in front of them all the time and keeping the pressure in the Northern's 22.
Scutter with the bloody eyebrow. Tap back to Johan Rood. Nice pass to Henny LaRue. This is Bernard Fourie. Yapi Mulder. Great tackle by Ruchter. Francois Pienaar first to the point of breakdown. He gets the possession. Help from MacDonald. Roux switching direction. Henny LaRue. And now it's Heinrich Rogers. And on the outside of chance here for Chris Dirks. Darting for the line. The knock-on came again. It was Rudolph Shirley up in support. But those last 5 minutes, those last passes just going astray for the Transvaalers. But the pressure continues. Saw that great tackle made there on Yapi Mulder by Adrian Ruchter, and he's having his work cut out doing tackling today. Tremendous pressure on the Northern Transvaal front 5. Very often going up because of the pressure from back and front. Offside by the Transvaalers, a little over-eager, well controlled at the scrum by Northerns. Bernardi will want to get them out of there quickly, but he hasn't found the touch. Dirks. Chris Dirks, who is pretty efficient at kicking drop goals, but not that time.
Well, there's certainly been enough variation in the Transvaal play. We've said it before, but a good option there for Dirks. Not too much pressure on him, and he has kicked goals like that before. The Transvaal just varying their play and keeping the Northern Transvaalers guessing all the time. playing it wide and then moving down the middle with the forwards.
12 minutes gone in the second half. Transvaal leading by 24 points to 8. Northern Transvaal, the sole try scorers in the second half. Good catch by MacDonald. Help from Stradom. Roo. And it is Dukas Hutton who was offside. Again, the referee, Frekberger, just waiting for the advantage. So it'll be Gavin Johnson with an attempted goal.
Well, for the second time, Dukas Hutton, he's the man that comes through there. Good catch by MacDonald. Always good in a defensive role from the kick-ins. He's a big man. Out of picture is Hutton, and there he comes for the second time in the match, just trying to get across on Johan Roo's right foot, but in an offside position. Interesting that Dukas Hutton often finds himself in those situations, Huey.
$192 points so far this season. Can it be 195? No. Bernardi. You want to get Northern Transvaal out of their half. Roo is back with it, has support in the form of Johnson. Van der Walt. He hasn't found his touch. Johnson back again, it's fullback against fullback. The blue jerseys close in. Van der Westhuizen back for Northerns. And he hasn't found his touch, so it's Dion Lotto back for it. Chris Dirks in support. And now Chris Dirks trying to open up. A risky pass, it's out to Harry Roberts, who's on the charge. Now he gets a pass away to Francois Pienaar. Francois Pienaar has got big Connor Stradom up in support, and now it's a chase for the line. He's looking for men. Heinrich Rogers up in support as well. Bernard Ferrie was there. Roo couldn't get Philip Bronkhorst in with the tackle. The referee says play on. There's no respite for the players. Inside to Henny Leroux. Now Dion Lotta. Then Chris Dirks. Nice little chip there by Dirks. Homan on the charge. Homan charging it down, and eventually the players able to have a breather.
Well, I fancy there were a few tight forwards standing in the middle of that play there, just watching it going back and forth. Once again, full credit to Transvaal. The players got back there, and there was good support for the back line as they went across.
And how often haven't we seen in the last 10 minutes Transvaal taking up a set piece in the Northern Transvaal 22 area, but full credit to Northerns, their defence is holding out. Nicely taken by Kleinato, not in straight, vital that you win your own ball in that position. Now, do Transvaal have any variations left? Lotta with a pickup. Watch for MacDonald on the inside. Henny Leroux couldn't hold on. Good cover there by Joost van der Westhuizen. Now it's a chance for JJ van der Walt to get away. He's got Jacques Olivier with him. Good cover by Ando Homan. Well, he's played centre and wing for Western Transvaal, and so many players come out of that Western Transvaal nursery.
Once again, good play there by a Springbok, Joost van der Westhuizen, with that little run around there. He did so well to get that pass to the outside, and just a pity that JJ van der Walt couldn't find support close in, to rather keep the ball close in instead of kicking it.
Good tap down by Dukas Hutton. Chance for Northern Transvaal, but they mess it up a little bit. This is Philip Bronkhorst. Bumped off by Henny Leroux. Good play by the big Northern Transvaal centre. Can Northerns loosen it up? And I think it could well be Henny LaRue who's still down on his knees there just by the referee. Yes, he got an awful knock again from Philip Bronkhorst. But remember, Bronkhorst was on the run, so it was totally unintentional.
And of course, he's had a problem with his hamstring as well. Although I saw him holding his knee as he went down, and I think that's possibly where he took the knock. Well, there's an indication just of how well Transvaal have utilised different options on the field in terms of driving with the forwards, where they've been really the masters today. And Johan Roux, well, it's always easier to play scrum half when you're getting that sort of ball. But also Transvaal have played the ball wide to the wings when the opportunity has presented itself.
Well, bearing in mind from those statistics as well that the high percentage by Northern Transvaal, it says, to the back line, a lot of it has been passes from Joost van der Westhuizen to Jacques Bernardi deep inside the Northern's 22-metre area. Gavin Johnson just taking his eyes off it. Andre Homan clearing up quickly. There is Joost van der Westhuizen and Krenner Otto. Well, Pienaar will have to now say to his men, just lift your concentration and maintain the levels that you've played at. Northerns will want to just try and fight their way back into this game. It's goals that they need. Bernardi. Philip Bronkhorst strong on the run. Lovely running there by F.A. Meyering. Couldn't find Richter, who came up very quickly on the inside. Nice interplay between the Northern Transvaal centres. And Northerns lose the ball. They were in possession, and that's where Northerns as well, Gavin, are not getting that second phase, and they go down the middle and just they can't loosen it up quickly enough.
Well, there's just been so few opportunities that they've had, in fact, of getting over the advantage line with that superb move there and then keeping it available. And it really requires that extra work from your loose forwards in terms of getting there, and plus your co-centre, if it is the centre going through, in terms of keeping you on your feet and getting the ball back in terms of quality possession.
20 minute wat daar oorbly in die tweede helfte, 24 punte teenoor 8, en dit is ook feitlik al wat 'n mens tot dusver kan sê. 'n Wedstryd wat tot dusver nie veel hoogtepunte opgelewer het nie. Lyn van Noord-Transvaal, Driekus Hatting. Die applaus en die fluit in die agtergrond is vir F.A. Meyering wat 'n ander broek aangetrek het. Daarnaast is asof hierdie twee spanne net speel om die wedstryd klaar te maak.
Ja, ek moet sê die laaste 20 minute baie doellose skoppery, geen plan in die Noord-Transvaalse voorspelers. Lyk of hulle omgeruil het met die agterspelers, want daar's meer in die agterlyn as wat daar in die voorspelers is. En dit is net nie of wat durf is op die oomblik nie, Chris. Noord-Transvaal probeer keer, Transvaal, hulle val aan, hulle het 'n paar keer nou goed aangeval, hier is hulle juist weer besig om een keer om te dryf. En dit lyk net nie glad nie goed op die oomblik nie.
Soos Johan Roux daar wegbreek, gelukkig vir Noord-Transvaal is Joost van der Westhuizen daarin, ongelukkig vir Transvaal. Gaan die bal uitkom, Transvaal gaan gestraf word. Ongelukkig vir hulle, miskien 'n bietjie oorywerig.
Chris, is al 'n paar keer wat Frans Pienaar vandag van die verkeerde kant af die bal probeer speel het. Daar het hy weer 'n keer grond toe gegaan. En ek sien hy klaar daarso met die skeieregter, maar hy was verkeerd en hy moet van agteraf inkom of hy moet op sy voete bly.
JJ van der Walt. En dit is nie goed genoeg nie. As jy 'n strafskop kry, moet jy vir hom uitskop. Anders ook jou aangooi. Soveel keer het dit ook al vandag gebeur. Jacques Olivier binnekant sy doelgebied. En nog 'n skokkende aspek eintlik van hierdie wedstryd is die ingooi in die lyn staan naas.
Ja, veral Harry Roberts doen baie goed vandag. Hy vind sy slotte. Hy en Hannes Strydom het al 'n paar keer mekaar goed gevind, selfs met Rudolf Stroili. Maar ek moet sê Dani van der Walt doen net die teenoorgestelde op die oomblik, want dit lyk nie goed op die oomblik nie. En Noord-Transvaal wen glad nie sy lyn staan nie. En dit is nie, Chris, is nie altyd die lynstaanspringers se skuld nie. Ek dink vandag kan jy definitief sê dit is die gooier wat nie sy springers kry nie.
Lynstaande wat so 'n belangrike aanvalsplatform is. Rudolf Strooilie wat 'n harde wedstryd speel vir Transvaal. Hy en ander stryd om twee van Transvaal se groot uitblinkers. Dis die lynstaan stryd tot dusver. Jy sien Noord-Transvaal net 6 van hulle 14 lynstaande gewen. Transvaal het 'n rapsie beter gevaar, maar albei spanne sou met veel meer tevrede wou gewees het. Bali Swart. Beskikbaar aan Transvaal. François Pinaar het weggeneem. Transvaal van vanaf terugkry. Hulle wil van my is net by die kant hulle kwart gebied. Johan Roux skop daar teen Jos van der Westhuizen vas.
Dit het ook al 'n paar keer gebeur vandag dat Joos Johan bietjie onder druk sit. Maar aan die ander kant dink ek het Johan een keer vir Joos ook onder druk gesit.
Inderdaad. Twee skramskakels wat mekaar fyn dophou. Dis 'n ander stryd om 'n goeie wedstryd wat hy speel. Johan Roux wag vir hom. Kry vir hom van Heinrich Rogers. Dis Gavin Johnson. Sy hoek is beter. Remaxie.
Kom ons kyk of Noord-Transvaal se gooier hierdie keer sy springers kan vind, want die tyd hardloop uit en met 24-8 is Transvaal definitief in beheer van hierdie wedstryd. En dit sal baie moeilik vir Noord-Transvaal gaan om terug te kom in hierdie wedstryd. Maar Chris het ook daarom al 'n paar geleenthede gehad. Joos het net nou 'n lang breek gehad en toe het hy bietjie die bal weggeskop en net daarna het JJ van der Walt ook 'n breek gehad wat hy ook die bal weggeskop het en sulke geleenthede kom net nie aldag nie.
Maar Noord-Transvaal vir hom vasmaak. Dis Jack Benardi wat hier tussen sy voorspelers ingaan. Kry nou Otto wat verder neem. En die skeieregter 'n strafskop toeken en hy het oomblik gedink daaraan. Nou kan hy tog uitkom aan Transvaal se kant. Lyk dit vir my Johan Roux kry vir hom. Is 'n goeie lynstaan bal wat Noord-Transvaal gewen het wat hulle verloor het. Die goeie verdediging van Rudolf Strooilie. Hy steeds op sy voete. En die Leroux wat pragtig optel. Soek die ondersteuning, is nie heeltemal daar nie. Chris Dirks wat bykom as dit Heinrich Rogers wat wegneem. Adrian Rigter wat baie goeie werk daar gedoen het vir Noord-Transvaal. Dion Oosthuizen is hierby. Johan Roux kry vir hom. En die Leroux teen Jacques Benardi vas. Adrian Rigter wat die bal aan die hande kry. Gaan hierdie bal uitkom, strafskop aan Noord-Transvaal.
Maar Chris, ek dink in elk geval Henny Leroux moes daai bal laat wyd gaan het, want hy het soveel spelers aan die buitekant gehad en die tikskop het net nie gewerk daar nie.
Noord-Transvaal wat nou wil hardloop, hulle het nie eintlik 'n ander opsie nie 'n so goeie aangee nie. Dan word hy vorentoe geskop. En ons het lyn staan feitelik reg oor die plek waar die strafskop toegeken is aan Noord-Transvaal.
Ek dink Rudolf Strooilie is besig om almal te verbaas vandag, want hy staan eintlik bekend as 'n losvoorspeler, maar hy doen baie goeie werk van die slot af vandag.
Saam met Hannes stryd om die twee uitblinkers van Transvaal se span. Lyn staan wat Noord-Transvaal afneem by Transvaal, Jacques Benardi. Gavin Johnson het gesien Benardi gaan skop, hy het vir hom pragtig self geposisioneer. Seker gemaak dat hy daar is. Maar die manne wat stadig lyn staan toe kom.
Dis nogal 'n kenmerk van vandag vir albei Noord-Transvaal se voorspelers, Chris, is die gelopery op die veld. Dit is nie of daar dringendheid by hulle is om die bal te speel nie.
Nou, dis eintlik vreemd want daar is plekke op die spel vir 'n Springbokspan.
Ja, verseker en ek dink hulle moet pas op in hierdie situasie dat hulle self uitspeel in plaas van inspeel.
Wonder die hoeveelste lyn staan, dit is wat skeef ingegooi is. Transvaal kry vir hom François Pinaar, Johan Roux en die Leroux. Dis Adrian Rigter wat vir hom vorentoe skop, word gejaag deur Philip Bronkhorst. Gavin Johnson is daar. Philip Bronkhorst gaan vir hom eenvoudig dwing om dood te druk. En Noord-Transvaal wat die bal kan aangooi.
Nadat die Springbokke so goeie 3 gedruk het in Australië, ken almal daai beweging op die oomblik en beweging sal wees en die kopbeweging sou miskien 'n beter beweging mag wees.
Baie beslis daardie beweging ken. Dis Dion Oosthuizen kry vir hom van Joost van der Westhuizen. En Joost van der Westhuizen wat wil deurgaan, hy is hoor. Slim spel. Die grensregter het onmiddellik omgedraaf. Meneer Ian Anderson van Transvaal het gesê dit is geen fout nie. Dis hoe dit gekom het. Die skram, 'n goeie skram. Joost van der Westhuizen kry vir hom. Kyk vir Dion Oosthuizen. Hy gaan in binnekant toe. En Joost van der Westhuizen wat sy lyf skraal maak. Hy is skraal, nog skraler. Dion Oosthuizen wat binnekant toe gegaan het om die Transvaalse verdedigers te probeer flous. Desperate poging gewees van Ian McDonald hier teen die einde. Net.
Elke punt op die oomblik is belangrik en selfs hierdie 2 verbyskoppe wat Benadi op die oomblik gemis het, kan nie laat ek sê op die einde Noord-Transvaal duur te staan kom nie, maar dit kon die telling bietjie laat krimp het en Noord-Transvaal miskien daai bietjie ekstra motivering gegee het om die laaste 10-15 minute net soveel beter te speel.
Reino Otto wat weer op die veld te sien hier in die plek van Philip Skutte wat 'n bietjie aandag kry. Afbly. Joost van der Westhuizen wat probeer vorentoe skop. Transvaal probeer om in die hande kry. Is in die middel van die veld beskikbaar aan Transvaal se kant. Dis Chris Dirks. Bernard Forrie, hy soek die ondersteuning. Goeie verdediging van Noord-Transvaal. Bernard Forrie het steeds beheer daarvan. Kry nou Otto werk hard vir Noord-Transvaal.
Wat verblywend daar was, Chris, is dat die Noord-Transvaalse voorspelers begin beweeg het oor die veld. Dit wys jou 5 punte hoe belangrik dit is. En dis hoekom ek ook sê dat elke skop is belangrik want as die 2 skoppe oor was dit nou 24-17 en dit is heeltemal 'n ander wedstryd waar Noord-Transvaal die gaping is nog te groot en hy het nog te veel werk in 11 minute om te doen om hierdie wedstryd te probeer deurtrek.
Ons verneem daar steeds probleme met ons klank. Ons vra verskoning daarvoor. Ons tegnisie werk daaraan. Philip Bronkhorst kry weer vir Joost van der Westhuizen. Dis JJ van der Walt nie 'n goeie aangie nie, maar pragtig raak gevat deur Dion Oosthuizen sy skoppie. Probeer hom agternaas dit Gavin Johnson is daar. Dion Oosthuizen wat pragtig beheer. Transvaal kry vir hom in die hande. Word omgedop. Dit was nie onkant nie. JJ van der Walt wat vorentoe wil skop. Hier gaan nog balke 3 kom nie. Pragtig Johan Roux. Hy het dit goed gelees. Besluit ek net op die bal val.
Goeie dekverdediging deur Johan Roux. Hy het verseker 'n 3 dae keer wat JJ van der Walt sou behaal as hy nie nou was nie. Hy het stekende voorgevoel en hy onderstreep ook sy spel vandag want hy het baie goeie wedstryd gehad vandag.
Ja, van die Noord-Transvaalers lyk my na JJ van der Walt wat 'n bietjie aandag wil hê. 10 minute speeltyd wat oorbly. Transvaal 24. Johan Roux wat 'n baie goeie wedstryd speel vandag. Een man wat nie sy reputasie skade wat doen dit nie. Die aanval sowel as die verdediging het hy baie goeie werk gedoen. Maar daar so baie gepraat word. Transvaal wat veral in die tweede helfte 'n bietjie van hulle besit verloor het. Maar kyk net hoeveel keer dit klomp bou. Piet Ludwig wat van wil deflecteer. François Pinaar doen baie goed. Transvaal het beheer daarvan gehad. Hulle moet hom terugkry. Dis net binnekant hulle kwartgebied. Johan Roux kyk waar staan sy manne. Henny Leroux. Die bal wat moeilik na hom kom. Goed raakvat. Bal springveld in. Jacques Polivier. En nou daarom misverstand. F.A. Meiring wat begin hardloop. Kry vir Dani van der Walt.
Dat Noord-Transvaal hy laaste 3 gedruk het, is dit of daar 'n bietjie iets in die wedstryd is op die oomblik Transvaal. Noord-Transvaal speel met meer dringendheid in sy spel op die oomblik, maar Transvaal staan nie net en kyk, hy speel self ook.
Sê jy nee wat, ek is reg. Dis 'n bietjie seer. JJ van der Walt, wat sien dat die bal uit is. Ons verneem daar steeds probleme met die klank. Ons vra om verskoning. Daar word nog steeds baie hard gewerk daaraan. Die probleme opgelos kan word. Dani van der Walt se ingooi. Transvaal mee mag van die lyn staan. Ian McDonald. Is hy beskikbaar? Johan Roux. Hier kan probleme kom vir Transvaal. Liewer verloor Transvaal deur Transvaal. Hier dan weer Transvaal wat steeds beheer wil hê.
Gets, pops it over the head of Heinrich Rogers. Good dart here by Bernard Currie. Inside to Francois Pienaar. Can Francois Pienaar find a support player? Andre Hamann is there. Francois Pienaar will take it all the way.
Well, after this sort of relentless pressure, there's no question that the cracks will start appearing. Jaapie Mulder did well to stay on his feet. Let's watch 2-3 guys attempting to tackle him then. And then Dion Lotte pulling him in. Watch how they go to ground. Now, getting a ball in this situation is always great. Bernard Currie was the man with the run through. And then, as he does so well, Francois Pienaar running off the ball. But no credit to Northern Transvaal. Very poor defensive work by all their players, but full credit to the Transvaal captain. Just watch the support play. Ian MacDonald on the inside. You'll see Barley Swart eventually as he goes over. Johan Roux's right there with him. All the Transvaal players just providing the support. Barley Swart just out of picture.
Perfect view of Gavin Johnson's conversion attempt. Just to make his contribution for the game 16, and he's done it.
The game surely running away, or having run away from Northern Transvaal. This was the final nail in their coffin. We spoke about the support, and just watch it coming there. So many Transvaalers just helping their captain get over the line.
Now it's Johan Roux on the charge, and he finds MacDonald in support, and players running into each other accidentally there. Those two Springboks on our opposing sides today, MacDonald and Richter. And now Richter in all sorts of trouble, but he fed it nicely up to Joos van der Westhuizen. Bernardi well tackled by Currie. This is a good run by Meyering. He's lost it forward though. Referee again waiting for the advantage. Now Johan Roux gets it away to Chris Dirks, who can't get inside Joos van der Westhuizen. Now Barley Swart tackled by Richter. Taken on as the touch. No, the touch judge hasn't got his flag up. Now the big Hunter Stradum on the charge. Now Rudolph Charlie, Transvaal in full flight now. Great tackle by JJ van der Walt. Still the ball is alive. And finally, the referee says, no, let's have a tight phase. Rudolph Charlie, who's been so prominent on those charges, reminds one so much of the great Mona van Heerden. And once again, the players just going to ground to receive a little bit of attention, and I'm sure a welcome drink of water.
Well, as with most of the driving play today for Transvaal, once again, Strali, when he went through there was just terrific support around him, and they just weren't able to carry it through.
So Barley Swart, the man who was receiving attention. Roux, the long ball to Bernard Currie, and Henny LaRue couldn't double around the ball, just a little bit too far ahead. Northerns will have to open up. This is nice running here by Jacques Olivier. Great tackle by Gavin Johnson. And now Bernard Currie taking up the play. The feedback from MacDonald. Roux popping it back to Henny LaRue. And Harry Roberts on the charge. Now will it bounce up to him? He tries to keep it inside. Does so to Chris Dirks. Homan, all the Transvaalers looking for work. The players must be dead on their feet now. Henny LaRue up to Harry Roberts. Adrian Richter comes across with a cover now. Johan Roux, can he get it on the outside? Johnson in for his 16th, 21st point to the game. Well, it's very hard to defend against that. The Transvaal are so full of confidence.
Ultimately, cracks had to appear in the Northern Transvaal defence, and this was one of the reasons why. Just watch how cleverly Harry Roberts, showing great skills here, just flicked it back. Chris Dirks, well, that's a bit naughty. Nevertheless, it worked, though. Andre Homan, now just watch how well all the players interplayed here. Henny LaRue, who's been struggling a little bit on the outside, once again finds Harry Roberts, who's no slouch, and then Roux, well, probably one of the men of the match. On the outside, Johnson, well, what a great try. There was the little flick back from Chris Dirks, and that's a really naughty thing to do on the rugby field. Could easily have been intercepted, but Transvaal, knowing that they've got this game sewn up, they can play it wide, which they've done so well today. And then on the inside there, Roux was shouting for that ball. He got it, and Johnson on the outside.
Well, with that try, Gavin Johnson has moved his points tally for the season up to 199 points. So hold your thumbs, this for 200. And he hasn't made it. So he'll stay on 199, and there's just 1 minute to go in the game. The referee, I wonder whether the referee will not just blow it at this stage. Well, he'll let play go on a little while, but I'm sure the 30 players will welcome the final whistle now. Gain the hands of Hannes Strydom was sure. See how MacDonald gets in on his shoulder so quickly. Now Francois Pienaar popping it up to Strali. Again, the drive coming, they get behind the ball so quickly. Chris Dirks with a hoist. We have a replacement on the field. I think it's going to be Porter Hoffman, who gets his first cap for Transvaal. Jaapie Mulder now chased for Andre Homan. Across is Jacques Willefeer. And he's had to do so much covering today. Not too many opportunities on attack, but a tremendous defensive game. That man, Hannes Strydom, and the man behind him, Ian MacDonald, had fantastic games. Kleiner Otter gets the drop down, but Tion Lotter read it extremely well, held up short of the line. And I'm sure that's finally Mr. Fredberger says, gentlemen, that's enough, we'll call it a day. Francois Pienaar will be extremely happy, as will Kitch Christie and Ray Mort, with that performance by the Transvaalers. Second half, they went off the boil a little bit, made a lot of mistakes when they were in the final phases of attacking. They camped in the Northern Transvaal 22-metre area. Full marks to Northern Transvaal for coming back with those